Senior Day in Piscataway, and the final day of the Big Ten softball regular season.
She has been up and down, but she started off the season really hot. She had a little bit of a pitching.
Pitch to Shellmeyer. And this is floated into left field. Taylor Fawcett coming on, but it's the center fielder, Morgan Smith, who gets there first. And there's one
to communicate.
Now take a look at the Northwestern lineup. The Wildcats still the outright big hits, 3 walks, driven in 3 runs, and scored. Here comes the payoff. And it's bounded right back through the middle. Add one more to Kansas Robinson's impressive tally. Played a ton of games. And Rudd pops this up. Punk giving chase Wingert there, and it's Punk, the first baseman, who gets another start today after the home run at the end, even though when Lauren Zaborski came to the plate, she represented the tying run. All right, Katie guides us over to second. Maddie Lawson takes care of it. And just the one-out single to speak of for Ramey Gams.
Fantastic during her time at Northwestern. And a big reason for that is her ability to move the ball.
All right, as you take a look at Rutgers' lineup, the only hit that Williams allowed on Friday. All right, here's Kylie Sands, the rally starter, 2 doubles, and a whip of less than 1. And Sand rolls this over to Nikki Cochran at first. There's one away.
Danielle Williams just being
umpire Kelly Thames tonight.
And it makes that fast stuff look just that much, and she'll come back with a lower changeup.
Then Cabbage fights that over to first, and a couple of outs recorded by Cochran. Only dropped 1 spot to 7th. And of course, you always talk about, can we be in the top 8 to host all the
really strong non-conference schedules, and then they get in their conference, and that actually hurts their RPI.
Frozen rope from Morgan Smith to the left center field gap, and it's an celebration that Rutgers has had this weekend. Now, yesterday was specifically for now a 3-2. There's ball 4. So Wingert's patience at the plate helps her get on base.
Or sorry, 3 for 6. She has 3 RBIs. She's just been on fire, and she's locked.
Yesterday it was Rutgers that had control early. And Lawson sends it right back to Williams. Side retired. So just one more pitch there for the 5th-year senior to get their time on the banks. That maybe they would never have had the ability to go after. As Nikki Cochran rolls it over to first, it's a quick out there for Lauren Punk.
And I think that's something that is...
Now both teams hoping they've got a lot more weekends of impact on this series herself. 2 hits and 2 RBI yesterday, and hunting for another. Smith on the track, that's gone! For Angela Zedak, Northwestern strikes first.
There was no doubt about that one, Dom. Angela's outside pitch, waits on it just long enough to use her entire lower half. That ball is very far gone, and a nice trot around the bases for Angela Zedak.
The power report for the Wildcats.
Well, I just think it goes back to what we talked about before of how...
Inning, all of the 6 on Friday. And now Nelson gets the barrel out, but under it a little bit. And Smith was there for the call. That's out number 2. Friday. Oh, 1-2. And guided back over to Lawson, who's got a hustle. She does! An emphatic punch out from Jonathan Hand. A line out to end it. And now Kayla Bach starts off the bottom of the 2nd. Oh, it's ball and 2 strikes. And Bach chases. That's strike 3. And that's the first strikeout of the afternoon for Danielle Williams of the year. Nobody has pitched more for Northwestern than Danielle Williams.
And locked in at all points, and nothing really rattles her.
Line to right. Another great catch! The Northwestern outfield this weekend has been game style, though. Wow. Let's see. Nope, fastball. And it's shot out to right. Out there is Robinson. And it's a 1-2-3, bottom of the 2nd.
And the great thing about her, she also has a changeup. So we talked a lot about changing speeds with Daniel off balance, and I like this change by Kristen Butler.
Year it's been for Morgan Smith, her first in Jersey. Now Zaborski pops it up to 3rd. There's Peyton Lynn Cabbage, and that's one out.
That's a great...
Posted a 4.13 ERA. A strikeout. Only pitched sparingly as a freshman at LSU, not at all last year. That time issues a walk to Skylar Shellmeyer and a 1-out. By the way, we've got all the defensive changes for Rutgers. The pitch. This is laced into right field. A hard-struck single. Kansas Robinson continues.
Able to play multiple sports? Absolutely do it. Help.
All right, draws ball 4. Not cartwheeling or back handspringing her way down the line, but we'll take it for Rutgers if it was not already there that this is a series for the taking.
They're sitting in a good spot, but they still want to win games. They don't want to lose a series. So I think that just understanding the pressure of this situation is very important.
Sand comes home, and that's what Rutgers will get. Infield was drawn in. Now still a chance for the Cats. Here's Nikki Cochran, and bounds this to short. Sand over to first. Morgan Smith into and out of trouble in the third. A Michigan team that got a game from Northwestern a few weekends ago, beat them 15.
Teams who maybe started off a little bit slower, like a Minnesota, who's now peaking at the right time and playing some really good softball.
Oh, glove flip, Kansas Robinson.
Having the awareness of your body, knowing that she can't throw it with her hand, she has to get rid of it.
Had 2 base runners today. It's back in the first inning. As Sand floats this over to first, and Cochran squeezes it. With 2 outs back. First chance to play in the Big Ten tournament on Wednesday, and has herself a hit. Lines it to left field, and the second knock of the day for Rutgers. Those 165 appearances in the circle and more than 1,000.
A little bit better.
And no pitch clock necessary. That just missed. Couple right around the zone there for Williams. And it's a 5.
You come up, 2 outs, runners on first and second. You're ready to hit. Throw that changeup, that throws hit.
Rutgers trying to tie the game. End of the bat, rolled to third, and Katie with the easy step on the base to neutralize the 80s. And plenty of softball still to be played for Northwestern, which stories from Kate during the week about that. A half offer there from Zedak, but a drop third strike, and Wingard hustles it over to first. And Morgan Smith has a strikeout to begin a team. Won more than 2/3 of their games. Memories on this field for the Drohan Twins. And this is launched to center by Nelson. Long run, and there's no more room. Dave Nelson went down and got it and drives her second home run of the year to the deepest part of this park.
With that ball, way over, not way over, but pretty far over the fence, she picks up that second home run of the year. It's field for the Drohan sisters, and there's another one right there. Lots of home runs for Northwest. Very good.
3-2. Ball 4. So a home run, now a walk. And again, this bottom of the order for Northwest today over the 2 weekends. She's got 4 hits. And she got it. Dots the outside corner with the heater.
That's a
Western softball had not played in Jersey since 2018. Looking for the put away. It's guided to Sand, who charges all the way in and hustles it to first. Shellmeyer retired.
Into this facility, you just are immediately taken aback by how beautiful it is and how
Please take pictures out there after senior day games. And there are lots of parents and family and friends who are in attendance today to honor those 5 seniors and really
when you see that it's not going unnoticed and that people are appreciating your work.
So many. This is Courtney Wild at the plate. And she rolls this over to short. Nelson trying to turn 2. Takes it herself and got the out. This is made.
It does happen a lot less often in softball for the double plays because of the shorter base paths.
Makes for a clean setup here as Kirsten with Stanley in her first AB. Pops it up, and Katie waits for it. And it works out to be a 1-2-3 frame.
It's going to move the ball a little bit differently. I like this move from Kristen Butler, just still trying to keep these Northwest. Kansas Robinson has just been doing so many great things with the bat. We also saw her make
payoff. And slowly tap back to the pitcher. Engel able to retire Kansas Robinson for the first time. And now Rudd taps this over to second. Taylor Lane with her first chance defensively. And the 5th-year senior takes care of business. Ties her 1 swap. As that's caught at first base. Maddie Lawson not often at first, but shows she
Graduating all the efforts that you've put in. We're grateful. So many people are grateful, and we can't wait to see what you do in the future.
And I think you've gotten to see, whether you're joining us from mannerisms and their energy, well, every single one of our students is like that too. Here's Georgia Engel, her first at-bat of the game, and she bounds it out to the third baseman, Katie. Out and a pop out to her name.
And you won quickly, knock on wood. You're not supposed to say that, I don't think, but that's all Danielle Williams.
Another flip from Kansas Robinson, and it's enough to get Sand. The zone for ball one. Earned 3-0 count for Linkavage. And it hit her, so it's ball four. It's hit by pitch. And now the tying runs are has stranded 4 runners so far today, but falls behind 1 and 3rd, and Linkavage is at first. And Smith lines this to short, but Nelson had it played perfectly. Shaded towards the line, and that was softball complex. This is the rubber match of a 3-game set because these two teams split.
That this Rutgers program has been trending upward the last couple of years, especially under Coach Kristen Butler. They're getting better and better with every game.
So there is no break. As Angela Zedak taps it, it ends up with Kylie Sand, and just how Rutgers drew it up. 1-6-3, who added with her own home run in the 4th.
And you want to talk
3-2. It slapped to right field, with Stanley drifts back and makes the catch. Maybe a little off the bat there from Nell. 10 regular season with 1 more series victory. As Katie Wingert swings at the first pitch, drives it to Skylar Shellmeyer. And it's 5 1/3, scoreless in.
I also like the way that Danielle Williams just goes right at these Rutgers hitters, starting.
Most appearances in Northwestern history. As she hits Maddie Lawson with the pitch, and there's a base runner. Victory. Danielle Williams would become the 7th pitcher in Big Ten. Payoff. Rolled slowly to short, Nelson deep in the hole, and just knocks it down. And a tying run is now on base for Rutgers.
If you're Ryan Orange, you are looking for a pitch that you can drive.
Lefty trying to get back in the zone. And Orange chops us on the ground. Katie lost it. The throw to second. She recovers nicely. Chavez Iserday, a 3-run home run that helped Rutgers pull off its first ever with the home run yesterday. And golfs this over to third. Katie has to throw to first. On the move. Nice stretch from Cochran. And Northwestern. And so she's into the game for Katie Wingert. Although you'd imagine Rutgers hitters, including Nader, bat from that side. And she rolls this over to first. It's a fair ball. And Punk snags it just inside the base.
Can't see from this angle.
Yeah, it's just still Nader. That's a fair ball. And Lawson takes care of it. And Nader does end up grounding out.
Can confirm that what
Kendall Peterson. The 3-2. Strike 3. Peterson was frozen for the sophomore lefty.
Well, her role is to come into games and close the place to that strength. But coming in here and taking a strikeout now and then isn't a bad thing either.
Shellmeyer grounds out to short. 3 perfect innings from Georgia Engel has been good enough to win this game.
Good enough, great enough. We can't say enough good things.
And you only need 1. That's the thing. With 1-2. Fawcett blasts it right field. There's Nader drifting over, and she made the catch. Good jump for Kelsey Nader, who has been
balanced today, forcing her to pop up once, just finding different ways to get Kylie Sand out.
Almost broke the Big Ten record for an on-base streak earlier. And drives this to center. Shellmeyer drifting back out, and she gets there. Hung up long enough. Not a great. A 300 hitter. Another 2-2. Linkavage down the line. Katie deep in the hole, and Linkavage beats it out. Very difficult.
Change-ups in there, I'm taking it.
Off speed, and it bounds back through the middle. Back-to-back hits for Rutgers, down to its final out. Pitcher in the pro leagues has a relationship with Danielle Williams. The payoff pitch. Swing and a miss! Danielle Williams gets strike 3. and in her final regular season game ever.
Danielle Williams was battle tested. She stepped up. Every time there were runners.
Conference's history to win 100 games. And now Northwestern back-to-back Big Ten champions.